My name is Melissa. Thank you for having us here and giving us the opportunity to share our thoughts about a Bloomington neighborhood. Our highlights included the awareness of learning about the workability in the eyes of all people, regardless of age or ability. We enjoyed feeling safe with someone, but probably not alone. The landscaping of art, flowers, and shrubs were beautiful. On the Beeline Trail, we liked the brick sidewalks, adequate lighting, and safe crosswalks. We enjoyed the walk around very much. The brick-colored textured ramps provided a safe, accessible environment for all people. We also realized that on the Beeline Trail, a visual impaired person could not read or see the historical sign. There would be advantages to have a button with a recording so all could access the information. We also observed that a person in the wheelchair could not throw his trash away because he could not get close enough. In addition, it was way too high for him. Although the lighting was good on the Beeline, we noticed that the nearby neighborhood did not have adequate lighting. Our community walk proved to be an enlightening experience. Thank you so much.
Okay. Problem. Cars were parked at a business in such a way that people were forced to walk into the street to get around them. Solution. Change the parking so that cars don't block the walkway. Problem. People in wheelchairs will have trouble both crossing the street to get to the bus stop because of no crosswalk or curb cuts, and will have trouble getting onto the bus off the grass on the buffer and the closed parking of cars. Okay, solution. Make a cement path from the curb to the street. Have cars park further away and enforce parking rules. Put in a crosswalk and curb cuts.
If you see the sign there, you can actually park right up to that sign. And then there's only about, a bus length, barely a bus length in front of that.
Problem. There were curb cuts, but no crosswalk at a busy intersection. We were forced to go way around to cross safely.
So maybe I'll talk about this one, okay?
Yeah.
I had to push it way around to get to that intersection. And, it's pretty easy for me. I'm a big guy, I can do it, but if he had somebody a lot smaller doing it, it would be a lot of work. And he's got another aide that's that big. She could roll him around, but that would be a lot for her to do to get him rolling back to get across that street. And there were curb cuts there to cross, but there was no crosswalk. Or it was a busy street with a lot of cars going by.
Because we tried to go across to the little bakery, the Chelsea Street Bakery, and because we wanted to go down that street, we had to walk 2 blocks north across the street, then come back 2 blocks to be right there by the bakery.
And they didn't have curb cuts.
They had curb cuts, but we couldn't get across the street.
Solution. Put a crosswalk at the intersection.
Okay, we did a survey yesterday, and we went to some areas that needs some work done. Okay, the first area we went to, the cruise group, not good, and we had to go in team to cross the street. We was able to cross together because the lights flashing lanes wasn't working right, so we had to go across the street by teams. We couldn't stay together. We haven't been looking at sidewalks, street corners, crossing.
Or the intersections?
Yeah, intersections, crossing.
What about safety and driver behavior?
We saw a lot of people stop. They stopped. Yeah, they didn't go all the way up they stopped at the corner. They didn't stop at the corner, they were speeding. And this is part of the safe, this was part of the one that was safe. We was able to walk with bicycles, we didn't have to worry about people, cars going through, we had to worry about walk, we could turn around, walk, stop to look at the other stuff.
The problem I had with my chair is the curb cuts were, the paint was fading on the curb cuts, and I have depth perception problems, so it was hard for me to differentiate where the curb cut was, because they're not.
Yeah, the crosswalks that we observed, the painting was faded, we couldn't see where the crosswalks were.
I need to have, back at home where I live in Brownsburg, we have yellow and blue and white curb colors, so I can tell the difference between the two and where they're at. But here, in some places, they're gray on gray, so it's really hard to tell where the curb starts and where the sidewalk starts. Where the curb stops and the sidewalk starts. We went to Bloomington Foods, which is a pretty new building from what I've heard, and they have tables out there, and it was really difficult for me to pass through there because people were sitting there, and it's just a tight space. And then there's a handicap entrance, but you would have to go all the way around, and there's not really there's a sign there, but it's not.
Could you see the sign from the main street?
No.
So, and if you could have gotten in Blooming Foods, it's very difficult to maneuver in Blooming Foods. And Blooming Foods, it's an older building, but it's a new business, so that's something that they were talking about when they redesigned it for a restaurant, a grocery store. It would have been nice if they had thought to allow people that have mobility issues to enter from the front. And certainly there should be signage in the front that says there's an accessible entrance in the rear, which there was not.
I've had elders living at Beltrace who use walkers who won't go to Blooming Foods anymore because they can't get through the aisles with their walkers and they can't reach to get things.
Yeah.
And they're very discouraged. It's too crowded
Yeah,
to maneuver around.
Our tour guide said I couldn't even fit in there even if I went in there, so I steered clear.
She didn't go in there.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm from London. My new friends and I walked around Bloomington and we observed the following issues that we think that can do to improve the city that would be low cost and would make a big improvement fast. The first one is to adjust the crosswalk on Madison Street. As you can tell on Madison Street, the light was so short that we barely got across before it changed. We need to trim the bushes and trees so they don't block the sidewalks. I'm a person that has to look out for that. I wear braces on my legs. And with those bushes on the sidewalks, if I would happen to catch my foot on that, I could trip and fall. And we need to really work on that. The parking enforcement, the sidewalks, we need to make sure they're not blocked so that people can get, so we don't have to go out into the street to get around them. Because that's a very, very dangerous, especially when cars go so fast on the roads. We need to clean out the edges of truncated curbs. They are filled with leaves, dirt, things like that. It's another hazard for people either in wheelchairs or in my case with braces. People use canes, walkers. you know, they could catch the leg of their walker on that and fall down. Not very safe. We need to repaint the crosswalks. Crosswalks are starting to fade, and they need to be repainted so people know where to cross, the pedestrians. These are also issues that I can present to my hometown in Linton, and to improve the accountability. I do want to thank you for listening to us today about our observations and our recommendations.